how much nutrition did you have to take during the Ironman, and at what points did you take your gels or your liquids? Like, how did that look?
Right.
And what kinds do you use?
Mm-hmm. I used Vega, which is a vegan thing.
Even though he's not vegan.
Even though I'm not vegan. I had about 5 of those, the Vega gels.
Yeah.
About 5 of those during the actual bike. Also a Vega bar, which each of the gel 100 calories. Vega bar is 230 calories. And then I had...
That's all on the bike?
That was on the bike, yeah.
So 5 gels and 1 bar?
Yeah, and also a Stinger waffle. Which
Yeah.
I think we both had for the first time. Delicious.
Great.
It's very
Great
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
Stinger.
It's actually Honey Stinger.
Ambassador.
Honey Stinger, sorry. Send them all to him. Yeah, they were fantastic. And then on the run, I would say I really, I guess, didn't gauge how much I should have going into it because I hadn't run that distance. So in all, again, I had another 5 of the gels. But I'd probably say a dozen bananas. I was eating bananas all the time. Like in every aid station, I would just mumble banana, and they would hand me a banana.
That's a ton of gels. Did you feel heavy from all the gels and bananas?
No, I felt so energized because that's the only thing that kept me going.
And how did you space it out in the run? Were you like, okay, every 30 minutes I'm gonna have a gel?
Oh no, I'd say for the gel it was every 50 minutes, at least once an hour.
Okay.
Banana every aid station. And then for the water, for the hydration, every aid station I would have either water or Ironman Perform, the drink.
And when you had your nutrition, did you stop and have it, or did you keep running or moving and having it? Well, on the bike you're moving.
Right.
But on the running?
On the running I had to stop because I'm not coordinated enough, especially for the drink. I'm like, oh! And I wouldn't get it in me. Because I had gone so far, I was so late in the race, I wasn't sure how my body was going to react. I wanted to make sure my kidneys were still functioning all right. That's why I was drinking so much, because I wanted to make sure I was peeing.
Yeah.
Still going to the washroom and everything was okay. So that's one big reason why I was drinking so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I remember last year I picked up my first box of Goo Energy. And it said right on the box, like, use one every 45 minutes.
Right.
So that's pretty much my race strategy. So great marketing on their part.
And that kept you enough?
Yeah, well, so what I do is I take one right before I get in the water, pretty much, like 15 minutes before. So I have that one then. And I've been drinking, I started training with Ironman Perform because I knew that's what they'd have on course. So I wanted my body used to that because the electrolytes are such a huge part of your day. So I've been drinking Ironman Perform for like the week before. Like I was just getting electrolytes in me, and the day before
Every day it was
I had like a more. So I had that one gel before the swim, and then it was every 45 minutes on the bike.
And that's what you stuck to, the Goo brand?
Yeah.
Did you use the Roctane, or what kind did you use?
So I read an article once where they said try and avoid the Roctane for as long as possible because of the caffeine in it.
Okay.
Your body, if you're too used to the caffeine, you won't get the same energy kick from it.
Good to know.
So what I did was I spaced them out. I think I had 12 gels with me on the bike, and I didn't use one in the end. Just timing, that's how it worked out. So I had 4 Roctanes and 8 regular ones, and they were first, and then the Roctanes were at the end, and then I did the same on the run. I had my regulars first, and then the Roctanes
Favorite
towards
flavors?
the end. Tri-berry
Okay.
and pomegranate blueberry. Used to do other flavors, like the peanut butter one's pretty good, but when you're pasty and you've been moving for 14 hours, you don't want peanut butter.
I've noticed that same thing. Same with the chocolate raspberry. It's one of my favorites, but
great, but
in the
not,
summer you can't do
mint.
it.
The chocolate mint's actually like my go-to, but
too hot in the
not
summer.
for. At Honey Stinger, the waffles, grabbed one just because I didn't want my bar. For whatever reason, my body just didn't feel like the bar. I use bonk breakers as well. So I had 2. I was supposed to have 2 bonk breakers on the bike. Had one. I was supposed to be at 60 or 70k, and then again at 150k on the bike. So I had my 60 or 70k bonk breaker, and then I had 2 waffles towards like the same interval, just because I, for whatever reason, was like, this seems like a good idea.
And with
So.
why your body didn't feel like was it too much to think about chewing that much material? Or?
Yeah, the first one I had, actually, I remember too, it kind of melted by that time a little bit, which had never happened to me with those before. So it was just a lot to chew, and it seemed a little bit of a hassle for whatever reason.
Gotcha.
One was out there, like a beacon of hope, so I grabbed it, and that was it.
Same with me.
It was just kind of like,
put it up there. I was like, all right.
Yeah, why not? And Ironman Perform, I was changing out I had 3 water bottles going, so I had one that I just tossed so that I could replace the bottles they were giving me, and yeah, I had my own 2 pre-mixed ones on the back that I kept with, I think had a bit higher sodium content.
So you actually ran with your water on you?
Sorry, this was on my bike.
Oh, okay,
on
gotcha.
the run, I couldn't tell you how many gels I used. I kind of just started doing my own thing on the run because my body started feeling weird and broken. Like my lower half just started shutting down completely. So I was trying to intake as much as I could at the same time, but it kind of threw me off a bit. So I know I had most of the gels I was planning on, but I didn't have any of the bars because I just had pretzels and other things they had on course. And I would just drink every aid station